Today is Sunday, June 14th, 2026, and this is your Money Tree Moment. Hi, everybody. It's so good to see you all. Sorry that I didn't film yesterday. Yesterday was just a crazy busy day. Got back home from work. I was exhausted. My eyes would have been, I would have been yawning and not fully focused. And obviously, I want to give my audience my best every time as much as I can. So I decided that it's better that I go ahead and skip the money tree moment for yesterday and go ahead and film it today. So I hope you've been having a good weekend. World Cup fans, I hope your team is doing well so far. Knicks fans, I know that you are very, very happy at the moment. Congratulations after what 53 years, 53-year drought of a championship, to come back and to be able to win a championship again is great, great news. So it's a story about resilience. It's a story about never giving up, which is all important towards growing your money tree, right? Pursuing your dreams, being resilient, having a big, big vision, never stopping, ever stopping until you reach your goal. All right. So again, congratulations to the Knicks, and I want to say this, right? As a sports fan, that moment was great. Now, I'll admit I didn't watch all the games. I was tuning in here and there, saw a game here and there, but to see the Knicks go after their dream, to see the new city of New York just light up and light up with all that elation and celebration was really, really happy to see. I know it brought a lot of fans, a lot of Knicks fans, a lot of joy, not just in New York City and around the world. Um, funnily enough, I actually um, randomly met somebody who's second cousin of Jalen Brunson. He says this afternoon while I was out at a work event, and he was obviously very happy for his relative. But yeah, no, congrats to the Knicks fans. It's a story about resilience, never giving up, always staying true to your goal, which is all necessary to growing your money tree. And so yeah, now with all that being said, with having covered the Knicks, I actually want to take a completely different turn, right? Um, One of the things, if you guys have followed me in my past writing and past videos I've done in the past, I live and die by budgeting, right? And I think that it's essential to your money, growing your money tree. You need to know how much money is coming in, how much money is going out. I don't care how little or how much you think you make. If you don't budget your money, eventually you will go into financial ruin. I believe that very, very strongly. So um, it's important to budget. And again, it's not everybody has that skill set. And what I do want to focus less on is the budgeting itself, but I actually want to talk about some of the great tools that I've been looking online that help people budget, right? So, for example, cash envelopes, right? So people have cash envelopes where they put on, and as they're saving towards a goal, they have an envelope for a certain denomination bills, and they put envelopes every after every day, after every when they come back from the store, a fixed amount. However they decide to do that, they put money in a cash envelope and put it away as a way of saving. One of the most things that have actually enthralled me and intrigued me is the idea of I think they're called zipper envelopes, and so they have a denomination for each one. So if you want to, and you can actually get for a certain amount of money. So, for example, if you're trying to save, let's say $1,000, it'll tell you, okay, you put $1 here, you put $5 here, and once you fill up all the amounts, you will have $1,000, and they can do it for whatever denomination you want: $50, $500, $1,000, $10,000, $50,000. Whatever it is you're trying to save, you can put different bills in there until you reach your goal. So if you're somebody who's not good at just setting money aside every paycheck, every quarter, every month, whatever it is, that is actually a very valuable tool that you can use to save money. They are available on Amazon.com, I believe. But that is an important tool that you can really use to increase your to do your savings. So, listen, I'm about whatever works. I think that if you, like I said, if although obviously, although most people I know personally are very good savers, they're good at just setting aside money. I don't know, obviously, I don't know what particular methods that they use. We don't get into always into that much detail in terms of their method, but savings obviously important is important. Throughout your life to put money aside for emergencies, for a big purchase, whatever you're looking to save. And I'm just saying that if you're a person who struggles with deciding how much to save and how to calculate it, or don't have the discipline of saving, some of these tools may help with that. Again, it's an envelope where if it'll have a dollar amount that you're looking to save, and you just when you get a bill of that denomination, just slip it in that slot. Next time you get another bill in that, and you keep filling up the slots until you get to your desired amount. And so I think that is for those of you who do struggle to save, I think that is a tool that is worth looking into. And then the last thing that's kind of on my mind tonight is money and love, and in terms of if you and your partner have different language when it comes to saving and investing, right? And so I'm here to say is it can work, right? And it can work beautifully. I think it's one of the things. Now, full discretion, this is just my own theory. I'm not a psychologist. I don't have a psychology degree. I don't have a doctorate in psychology. I'm not a therapist in any way. This is purely Patrick's opinion. All right? I think that even two people who may have you have one spender, one saver, as long as there's going to be a compromise and understanding what's important to each person in the relationship, I think you can reach your actually your savings goals, right? I think you can still reach your financial goals as long as you're taking care of each other's needs at a base level. So if somebody says, "Look, it's important for me to be able to go to Neiman Marcus every month or whatever," I don't even know if Neiman Marcus is still around, but it's important to me to go to Neiman Marcus every month. Set aside money for Neiman Marcus. If somebody needs, if it's very important to your partner that, okay, you go to Japan once a year and you can afford it, set aside money for the Japan trip every year, right? You can't totally depriving your partner or yourself of something that is important to you does not work. Ideally, I think when you're saving, if you can completely sacrifice, if both of you are willing to completely sacrifice and that works for both of you, that's perfect. But in a situation where that may not be an option, or that may not be your philosophy, find something that works. Talk to your partner. Find out what's going on. And one thing that, again, I'm not a therapist, but this is just theorizing, is that a lot of spending is tied up in a lot of emotion. There's a lot of emotion attached to it. There's a lot of emotional holes sometimes that are being spent. Now, sometimes people just go and spend because they just like, "Look, I've worked hard. I deserve this, and this is something I want to do." So it may not necessarily be that deep, right? But sometimes there is an emotional attachment to if somebody has spending habits that are a little bit out of context, or that seem to be spending habits that seem to be not in equilibrium to not equilibrium is not even the right word. If people have a tendency to overspend over their budget, my theory is often there's a lot of an emotional component assigned to that, right? And so the key, I think, a lot of that can often, not always, be resolved to saying, okay, what is that emotion? What is that trauma that is assigned to possibly overspending, spending too much, going over the budget, and so forth and so on. And so yeah, I think, and which boils down to communication, 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 right? That is the key, one of the important keys for anybody's in a relationship. Have a good relationship. To have one of the keys to having a good functioning relationship with your partner, that person you love, is to communicate, be open and honest about how you feel, and but compromise obviously is a big part of it, right? And so, nobody can be a dictator. Nobody can be a dictator. It doesn't work. You have to be on the same page, and but you also have to compromise, right? And there's some things, honestly, you have to say, is this worth? Is this a big deal? Is this a big deal? And if it's not, and you can truly afford it, let it go. Let it go, because you don't want your partner to be miserable. You want your partner to be happy. You want to work towards your savings goals. You want to work towards all the goals that you have. But understand that there are certain things that are important to that person, right? You got to understand that those things, whether it's that person needs to get their nails done every month, their hair, whatever, or if somebody needs to go and buy a certain type of sports memorabilia every month, if they have a certain type of hobby, if it's Pokemon cards, let the person have a little bit of joy. Even if you're saving towards that big purchase, let that person have that joy that they need to spend. Account for it in your budget. Just account for it. You will be happier. First of all, if your partner's happier, you'll be happier. You'll have more peace in your household. Again, this is just me talking from experience. Okay? And this is my own theorizing. I'm not a relationship expert by any means. I'm certainly not a marriage expert by any means. But what I'm saying is that if you compromise, you learn each other's needs, learn each other's history in terms of relationship with money, the emotions that tied to it, I think you can set yourselves up to have a very good working relationship when it comes to the issue of money, budgeting, and finance. So that's it. That's the message for tonight. I know you guys miss me, so I'm happy to be back. But yeah, pursue your dreams. The next one, doing the zipper envelopes is a way of saving. And yeah, talk to your partner. Find out what the money language is, the love language is. Connect. Find out what your partner's relationship is with money, the emotions attached to it, and take each other into consideration. All right. Thanks for joining me tonight. I know this is a quick one, but that's your money tree moment for Sunday, June 14th. See you again soon. Take care now. Bye.